What's up, everybody? Welcome back to This Took Forever, the YouTube channel. We're doing this. I just got done working. I work from home, so I look like shit. That's not what's important. You don't like my face, don't look at it. Just whatever. Hear about the words, not my face, okay? We're here for the words. I'm cold. My feet are chilly. Anyway, hi, I'm Serena, or Bean. I answer to both. My sister calls me Riri. My aunt calls me Wiener. Everybody else calls me Beaner, or Beana, Bean. Anyway, so I've been avoiding this YouTube shit because I've been having my awakening, dark night of the soul, all the bullshit. I don't really know how to edit these damn videos yet. I'll get to it. At the moment, this shit's raw. I don't really care. If you don't want to listen to it, fine, just keep going. Then I ain't got nothing you need. If the universe brought you here and you're listening, great. I'm working on it, okay? Listen, let's just all admit we're all just a little fried right now. And we're tired, but we're moving. We're coming out of it. Like, we've died, and now it's time to come back to life. And I've been bringing myself back to life. That resuscitation took a minute. And now that we are on the other side of that, for the most part, I mean, it's still a little choppy, but that's kind of why I wanted to start doing this, because I feel it. It's coming. It's happening. And I'm always watching videos of people, and I'm like, did it already happen, or are you still waiting for it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I never see the event happen. And so I'm like, maybe I can record this manifestation shit in real time. Okay. So I'm learning about our energy. I'm off religion. It's cool. Like, we're way past all that. Something outside of us. I don't know exactly what. I don't have it. I'm really trying to understand energy right now, not religion or angry father in the sky kind of stuff. I'm way past all that. So what I'm really been exploring is with my tarot. It's like I'm on fire right now. Like, I've been on fire for a minute. I've been on fire for a long time, but now it's like, now that I'm conscious about it, and I'm like, okay, now my intentions are there. Now it's like ding 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 ding. Everything's just flying off. I'm like, okay, so I'm like thinking about this, and I've watched other readers. I've been doing this since I was younger. This is nothing new. So yeah, I was probably like 20 years old when I started this. And so I remember I've always been ashamed of it. We're going to call it ashamed, because I grew up with religion, so the witch. Yeah. So anyway, again, past all that. So a lot of religious trauma, a lot of, that's all that I knew. Everybody I knew was that. So I didn't have any exposure to really truly finding my soul, because none of the people I know understand this. So I'm like, okay. So it made me be very alone and isolated for a while. And until I learned to like it. Until I just learned to like it. Until I learned to just get over it. Until I just learned to just deal with everything. Until I learned that it doesn't really freaking matter. I have a potty mouth. I'm sorry. I'm trying, but honestly, I just don't, I don't want it to be like uncomfortable to listen to, but man, I still am just so some days. Anyway, and it just flies out. So if that offends you, just keep scrolling. I don't really care. I think that one of the things that stops people from posting anything or whatever is the same thing that had me so freaked out to start YouTube or my podcast or putting TikTok isn't really that big of a deal, because it's just like, oh, it's my friends, blah, blah, blah. But you really don't post anything there. And I finally did. And when I stepped out and was like, hey, I don't believe this anymore, all hell broke loose. But in telling the truth of all this, it freed me from, look, I am who I am. If you only liked me because I was a Christian, go away. Like, I don't want to be your friend. Like, I got plenty of friends that have all kinds of different beliefs. Just because they change their beliefs or step away or step two, I don't get angry. I don't get angry at my friend. She was an atheist and she decided that she loved God, that she decided to believe in God. Like, she kind of went the religious route for a minute. And she chose, I didn't get angry at her. I wasn't mad. I was like, bitch, what? You believe in us? You gonna go believe in this nonsense? What? She didn't, and I didn't do that to her. Nothing like that happened. But I'm just saying, it's just ridiculous. So it's just like, get over it. And that's just the way I had to see it. So anyway, I had to get over all that. So I know I make that sound. I make light of that. I realized I'm making that sound like it was no big deal. It was fucking hell. I ain't gonna lie. That was the most. That was uncomfortable. I've known these people forever. It's kind of like coming out, I guess. It's like, you do what? You're a tarot reader and you're into that? And you believe in energy and all this kind of stuff? Like, that's the Satan, that's the devil. Oh my God, for fuck's sake. I don't have time to be scared of the invisible kukui under the bed. I just don't have time. There are much, much bigger monsters out here, and I was sleeping in bed with one of them for 17 years. That is terrifying, okay? So now I'm like, how did I get myself in that situation? Let's start there, yeah? So that's really, people ask me, like, how did you start on this journey? Because see, people now see that I'm single. See, people I know from my past, I'll never sell them out, but do you know how many of these bitches have called me and asked for my divorce attorney's number? So many. I'll never sell them out. These hoes ain't happy. None of them are. I was just the only one brave enough to leave. And believe me, if you knew the whole story, it was not an easy task. That entire town worships that man. Not the entire town, but, you know. It's all good. He's a hometown hero. Let him be. I didn't want that shit. They can keep him. Anyway, how did I get there, though? Trauma, right? How did he get to be who he is? Trauma, right? So we got two traumatized people. And my trauma-shaped owie, he fit. I fit his trauma-shaped owie. And then triggers. Yeah. And neither one of us, he was very, I'm not going to call him a full-blown narcissist, but he had narcissistic tendencies, a little bit more addictive. He had nicotine addiction. He was very jealous, very insecure, very controlling, you know, all the stuff, all those ones, all those, mad at the world and whatever. And then, I was codependent and probably a little on the avoidant side. After a while, after he got crazy, I pulled away because he just went nuts. And I knew that if I caved, if I gave him too much, like, he would just consume me and I'd been locked in a dungeon somewhere. So I had my wits about me to at least stay, like, I kept it interesting, you know, and the only reason that I think our marriage lasted so long is because he was gone 4 days a week. So my body had like a time to reset. So I knew I always had that time without him. And then when COVID happened, then he was home more. And I was just like, oh, we were all home and we were all just stuck together. Really just kind of broke the seal, you know. It was inevitable. It was going to happen. It should have happened a long time ago. In fact, I should have divorced him the minute I found out I was pregnant with my third son and just been like, all right, I'm good. Bye. I got my babies. I got to go. But anyway, it doesn't matter. However, getting a divorce. That's how I triggered all this. I chose myself. I chose my own happiness. And I didn't leave because we were broke. I didn't leave because we were struggling, going through it. I left in the hard times. I left him hanging. No. It was the day after Christmas, 2022. It was Christmas Day. I was sitting there. We live in a massive 4-bedroom, 2-story house in a very nice place. And we have jobs where I make 6 figures. He makes 6 figures. We got plenty of money. 3 healthy, fabulous children. 2 dogs. Cars in the parking lot. Medical insurance. We go on vacation. 401ks. We got it all. We got everything. Everything. And I realized I was so miserable. I was the most miserable person. I was the most miserable I'd ever been in my entire life. And I'm just looking around and I realized I was the only one that was miserable. And I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized It's because all I was doing was giving to everybody. That's all I was doing. That's all the whole life. I tried, mentally, like I was like, okay, I think it's this, I think we need a bigger house. I think we need to, whatever. And the whole time it was just him and I. I mean, the kids were getting bigger. We were running out of space, right? We have 3 boys. My oldest is like 6'4", 6'5". And the other 2 are right behind him. The youngest is 6 foot. God, Connor's got to be taller than that now. I don't know. I haven't measured it in a while. They're big kids. I'm not. I'm 5'4". I don't want to talk about it. Okay? So, my kids are giants. So, I've got 3 massive kids. We're running out of space. Whatever. It's just, you know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean. We lived in a teeny tiny house. Then we moved to a bigger house. But that one was way out in the freaking country, out in the middle of nowhere. And I was going freaking nuts. So, we got a bigger house. And it was fantastic. And I really thought, cool, we're far enough away from town that he won't be harassing me so much when he's at work. But we're not completely desolate to, out in the middle of nowhere. Also the fire stuff and everything else up there in the mountains. So this was a safer place for us to be. And so, eventually though, that was just a temporary fix. That was just another temporary Band-Aid until it all just came out in the wash that we were unhappy. Why were we unhappy? And I was ready to grow. See, I have dry skin on my lip. It's winter. I was ready and he wasn't. And I was going crazy until finally I chose myself. I said, fuck this. We're out of here. I said, I want a divorce. And I never looked back. Never once was I like, I miss him. I made a mistake. Nothing. Never did. Never once. I've never regretted moving on. I've never regretted moving out. I've never regretted any of it. Nothing. What I do regret is waiting so long to get divorced. I should have done it sooner. That is my regret. My other biggest regret is not taking the microphone out of my father-in-law's hand at my wedding. I don't want to talk about it right now. Anyway, my biggest favor I've ever done myself was getting a divorce. 100%. That is the best thing I ever did for myself. So, dark night of the soul. I went through all that. I had to go all the way, 10 toes down in religion. 10 toes. Like, you don't understand. I have crazy dreams. Like, my psyche was like everything was happening. I was waking up. All the old me, the empath, all the stuff, it was all falling off. All of it. And I learned about archetypes. I learned about all this. This has been going on for 3 years. And I like straight up, like, I'm a nerd. I'm a rabbit hole nerd. Put me in a rabbit hole, I'm gone. I'll see y'all later. I will forget I'm even in there and I'll be like, oh shit, my bad. Let me come back out. And that's just how I learn. And it's like a drive inside, and it's like a flame that I cannot let go of. And it's just like I'm constantly looking for answers, and I'm finding them. And the more I find, the more my brain's like, oh, wait a minute. I remember this. We always think it's new knowledge, but it's not. We're remembering, which is crazy, because one of the dreams that I first had, look guys, these dreams are intense. They're so intense. And I showed them to myself. That's my brain, my mind, right? So if I'm in my brain and in my mind showing those to myself, it must be pretty fucking important, especially if they're that vivid and they're that intense that I couldn't forget these if I wanted to. My brain made sure, my higher self made sure that I couldn't miss these. That's how important these dreams were. And I've been paying attention since the day I got them. But I quit paying attention to them when I was dating my ex-boyfriend. And I was integrating, but I don't think he was the point. I think I was supposed to meet my best friend, which is friends with him. And I know that's such a weird thing. And I hope I can be friends with my ex-boyfriend someday. I really do. I hope I can be friends with him because I don't hate him at all. I really don't. It's just, but my best friend is my best friend. And he's like the person I bounce ideas off of. He's the person I do like creative stuff with. We talk about museums. Like that's like my intellectual, like creative person, And even I remember my ex one time going like, You two are weird. My ex did some dirty stuff to me. I loved him, and I did not want it to end. So that sucks. But anyway, we're over that. I had to, actually, it's funny. Sorry, I have my heating pad because I'm freezing. I was grieving for like a couple weeks. Look, you're probably thinking this shit happened like 6 months ago. Dude, this shit's been over for a long time. But it broke me. Look, I'm stubborn. Maybe you're like me. I'm stubborn. Like hella stubborn. My lessons come hard. Like you dense. I'm like such a skeptical. Because I never believe, like, no way it can't be that. There's just no way it can be that. Like, that's just how I do it. Gaslighting myself through life. That's pretty much how. And I thought, okay, so I had to do that. So now I'm like, gotta gaslight myself through the healing. Gotta gaslight myself through all this. Just now I'm starting to gaslight myself into a positive way. I gaslighted myself for so many years to stay in situations I didn't even want to be in. Around people I didn't even like. Now it comes in handy when there's things you have to do and you're just like, okay, just get through it. Okay, just get through it. Right. But then at what point do you have to go, wait a minute, I don't need to gaslight myself through this. Right? Why? Why? How many times a day do you have to gaslight yourself to do things like the laundry, right? You don't want to do the freaking laundry. I get it. Like, I'm not saying live in filth. I'm just saying there's some days where I'm like, it's Saturday. Listen, the folks, the weekends for me are not for cleaning and doing all this bullshit. My ass ain't moving around. Like, last year, I've done very little. I didn't want to. I was exhausted. My body, my brain, my soul, I've been processing so much. This takes energy. This is what I've been learning. See, all this time, I've been sitting here being so mean to myself. You're lazy. You're this. My ear is ringing. Oh my God. Ow. What the? Ow. What the hell was that? Oh my God. Ow. Okay. That was weird. That was really loud. Ringing in my ear. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. But, you know, if you can just remove the things out of your life that you don't want to do, little by little even, you'll start to notice, because it's like, how do I do this? You know me, my props here. So you've got like your cousin right here, you got your husband or your wife, whatever, you got some kids, you know, you got your boss, maybe you got, you know, maybe you got some friends, you got your doctor, your dentist. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you got this meeting, you gotta go, you got this other event, you're part of baseball. Look, and some of this is fine. But you really gotta go, wait a minute. No, like this, I don't have time. I don't have it. It's not gonna work. Like, you really need to take an inventory about everybody that contacts you, everybody that talks to you. Why are they calling you? Why? Why is that person calling you? To waste your time? To get you to do emotional labor for them? To make them feel better? What? What is it? You know? And it's fine. Like, if that's the exchange that you guys have, that's fine. But eventually, like, one of the things that happen is, like, you'll have friends that call you and it's the same shit over and over again. And you just are like, didn't we just have this conversation? And then at some point you go, you really need to figure this shit out. Make better decisions. Like, something needs to change. Oh, I can't. Why can't you? Why? Oh, because they are doing this. Well, then leave. Well, I can't leave. Why? Well, because what? Because they're paying the bills and you don't want to pay your own bills? So you have to get a job. Well, guess what? I wanted out. I got a job. I left. Simple as that. If you're not going to do that, quit your bitching. Figure it out. Stop being so damn helpless and figure it out. It's so crazy. All just the bitching and the moaning and the groaning. I'm just like, it's those noisy people. And see, everybody was shocked when I got divorced. Shocked. Everyone thought it was a joke. Nobody thought it was real. Nobody. And I was like, I'm not kidding. And I was not. And I never looked back. And the crazy thing is that I was just, yeah, it just happened. I didn't, I mean, it was happening here, but then it clicked because the night before I didn't want to be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? I thought that that was a better idea than having to get divorced because I saw how happy everybody was. And I was like, huh. And so everybody wants to come at me and tell me that I'm selfish and I'm a terrible person and I ruined everything. We had it all and I destroyed it, right? But I was unhappy. I'm not happy. This is not what I want. My life is miserable. And immediately I was like, why is my life miserable? My kids are fantastic. I mean, let's be honest, their dad's was rarely around. So, and now I'm like, I mean, he wasn't rarely around. It was just during the week he wasn't there. So he was, well, let me rephrase that. He was there during the week sometimes. His days off altered. At one point, he did have weekends off. That was nice. And then we kind of like had like a normal life. But it didn't last long. It never did. Anytime he'd get some cool bitchin' ass schedule, somebody else come fuck it all up for us. And he'd let him, as always, because that's who he loved more, was his job. So anyway, so there you go. So I was unhappy, and I had a very loveless marriage, honestly. There's no intimacy whatsoever. Sex, yes, no intimacy. That's different. And I'm not even gonna try to explain all this shit, because if you know, you know. I am so done trying to explain myself. I just feel that the people that are gonna find me are the people who are gonna find me. If you're in my tribe, then you're in my tribe. And my tribe are the people who are just done. We are finished. We are done making excuses. We are sick and tired of the bullshit. We are making changes. We are growing. We are moving. We are done making excuses. Yes, it's scary, but what are we doing? You can't sit around and be scared. So if you want to sit around and be scared, I'm not for you. I am not for you. Like, this ain't gonna work. Sorry. It's me. It's not you. But for those people that are ready, I think it's time. It's happening. I think this is, all this AI stuff is going to become extremely unpalatable before too long. It got to the point where people don't know what's real anymore. And now there's a confusion of information because AI got a little too good. And now people are having to pay attention closer. And now that that's happening, they're like, why am I having to pay attention so close to find out, like, I can't trust this information now? And so now they're like, wait, I can't trust the information on social media? I can't trust what my eyes see? Now we want to talk about it. Now that it's obvious. But it took AI getting so good that now people are like, wait, who said that? Wait, did that really happen? Wait, what? Authenticity, people. We've been talking about this shit for years, and now it is starting to hit the fan. You better wake up and figure out who the fuck you are and what the fuck you want and what the fuck you're doing here. Like, you have a shadow, people. Embrace it. It's okay. Nobody's going to be mad at you. And if they are, they weren't your fucking friend to begin with. Okay? Look, you make mistakes. It's all good. Don't worry, sunshine. Don't you worry. We all make mistakes. You ready to work on yourself and be better? Good. 7 of Wands, 5 of Swords, and the Empress. Yes, it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. It's like this battle internally, mentally. It's like you just can't figure it out. This is what I've been going through. 100%. 100%. This is what it's been. And now, bitches, let's sit back and enjoy my blessings. You know, I kept asking, universe, kept praying. I still, like, I pray, but it's more about, like, clarity, you know, like meditation. And it's like, all right, talking to myself. What is it that I need to see? What is it? 3 of Wands, expansion. I love this 3 of Wands. It's like walking on a new planet, you know, like staking it. That's like expansion. I think that's so cool. I love that card. That's why, like, different decks will give you different energy, and like sometimes I'm just drawn to them. And the way that I read tarot is knucking foots. All right. It's crazy because I pull shit from like different tarot decks, different things, whatever it is, just like whatever lights up in my brain when I'm reading, like the energy pops in, it just pulls from all over the place. Like sometimes it's bits and pieces from Tree of Life, sometimes it's bits and pieces from like traditional, sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that, sometimes it's a story, and I'm like, I'm learning now. I used to think it had to be one way or the other, and now what I'm realizing is just like a cultivated like psychic tunnel, and I'm like, oh, that's what's going on. Got it. I've been fighting it. 9 of Wands, 5 of Cups, the Hierophant. I didn't even look at that. Exactly what I just freaking said. I've been like fighting it. I was like, what is this? And I get sad and I get upset and I get frustrated. And I was like, no, it's not this. I'm not a reader. I'm not a reader, because I watch other readers. And eventually I learned there's so many different ways. And then I'd see some of them like bag on other ones. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's not cool. Everybody reads differently. And that's when I finally just had to like accept that we all just read differently. And I don't know why I'm so scared of it. It's like so bizarre. Anyway, and I've been very defensive about it. So 9 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and now it's Blessing, Hierophant. There it is. It's, yeah. It's Source. It's like, yes, you got it. All I'm missing is the, oh, there's the World. Did I learn my lesson? Quit worrying about what other people think. Quit worrying about my so-called friends and just live my life. Just live your life. You just can't, man. You can't avoid all the things you want. Knight of Pentacles. Slow. It took me a long time. This took forever. See, it took forever. Oh, yes, it did. That's funny. The Knight of Pentacles has been showing up in a lot of my readings. And I'm like, I guess that was me. Took me forever. 8 of Swords. I didn't see it coming. 4 of Wands. Stability. 4 of Swords. Mental. Oh, and the 6 of Wands. Oh, how funny. It was just sticking out in the Queen of Pentacles. There it is. Victory. 10 of Wands. Justice. Nice. Justice. Libra. My card. My birthday is October 22nd. I'm the last day of Libra. I'm on the cusp. Also, for Tree of Life, in the tarot, oh, I got my little thing right here. I need to get a different one, but this is the Tree of Life. It has 10 spheres and 22 pathways. My birthday is 10/22. Tarot. Ha-ha! See? It was meant for me. I found that out this last year, and I was just like, no way. I couldn't believe it. I was so like, that's so funny. It was destined for me. See? It was written in the stars. Literally. All right, everybody. I will talk to you all later. Anyway, yeah, I don't really know what's going to be happening here on this channel. I've got some ideas, but it's just going to be a variety show. It's an experience, because, you know, I was thinking to myself on like Saturday nights, I don't go partying and stuff. And I'm thinking maybe other people don't either. So maybe what I'm going to do is make some like Saturday night recordings and like, you know, maybe I won't do them on Saturday. I'll do them like during the week. But then, you know, if people want to listen to them on Saturday, it's something that they could look forward to in the evenings. If you're alone, you know, maybe we'll even start some lives and do some live readings and stuff, you know, and then we could have a little community. And I think that would be great. If anybody knows Bailey Sarian, I really want to meet her. I want to be her friend. She's so pretty. And I love, love, love all her content. She does murder, like true crime, and she has like the dark history stuff. And I met a serial killer once, and I'm saving that story so I could tell her to her because it's crazy and I want her to have it. Anyway, go watch her channel. Seriously, like I'm a huge supporter of her. She's so funny. It's true crime, but she's hilarious, and she like keeps it really lighthearted and stuff. She's a lot like me. Like that's why I'm like I could be friends with her for sure. Like oh my gosh, I could hang out with her forever. Anyway, you would really enjoy her channel. But anyways, all right, everybody. Till next time. Bye.